What's up, sports bettors? There is absolutely no reason we can't win every single bet tonight. We already got some big bets on the Cowboys first half spread, and hopefully we have a good day ahead of us because I'm going to be sharing with you three really good player props on Underdog Fantasy and PrizePicks. And we're also going to talk about kind of differences between both of these platforms. So if you're new to the OddsJam YouTube, we kind of like to cut through a lot of the BS in sports betting and really explain to you how do the pros bet on sports, right? How do the sharp bettors think about sports betting? And realistically, it's all about thinking about, data, math, where's the value, stuff like that. So that's what we are going to talk about, right? I've done a ton of videos on PrizePicks, but what I ended up noticing is their payouts on 3-pick entries, only 20 to win 100. That's a lot lower than PrizePicks or than Underdog Fantasy, which is giving you 20 to win 120. So Underdog Fantasy offers higher payouts. Obviously, these platforms are basically identical. They're both fixed parlay platforms. So what that means is any 3-leg parlay on PrizePicks comes out to plus 400 odds. You're always getting 20 to win 80 in profit, 20 to win 100 total, including your stake, right? Doesn't matter what picks you select, right? 3 picks, 20 to win 100. Doesn't matter what 3 picks. You want to change this to an under, 20 to win 100. On Underdog Fantasy, it's exactly the same, but you're getting 20 to win 120. So the odds are much more advantageous. So we've explained before kind of how you can compare the lines on PrizePicks and Underdog Fantasy to those on the sports books. And essentially the way you do it, and we've done tons of videos about the math, how to back this out, stuff like that, is on Underdog and on PrizePicks, so on both platforms, a 2-pick entry, you should assume you're getting minus 137 juice on both of your plays, right? So Michael Gallup, for example, if you want to take his over 3, you should assume you're betting at minus 137 odds. If you're taking his under 3, you should assume it's at minus 137 odds, right? That's for a 2-pick entry on PrizePicks or Underdog. Now for a 3-pick or a 5-pick, you're getting much better prices on Underdog. You're getting minus 122, whereas for a 3-pick on PrizePicks, because they're only giving you plus 400, 20 to win 100, as opposed to 20 to win 120 on Underdog, you're getting minus 141. So 3-pick power plays on PrizePicks are horrible. I mean, they're horrible, right? So the first play I found that I really like at minus 122 odds is a middle bet, right? I found this on the middle betting tool. So essentially on OddsJam, you can browse odds for free for the NFL, any sport you want to bet on, and compare the lines on PrizePicks, right? Here we can see the minus 137 for a 2-pick entry on PrizePicks. We can compare the lines on PrizePicks and Underdog to those on the sports books. So what I noticed and what this tool shows us is, hey, the sports books are setting Michael Gallup's receptions line at 2.5. Underdog Fantasy is letting you lay under 3. I'm pretty sure Gallup is questionable too. I think he's a little hurt, so hopefully he doesn't play a lot. Has 1 reception, 0 receptions, but takes some snaps. But what you can see here is like, wow, Bet365 has the under 2.5 juiced. In Pinnacle, which is the sharpest sports book in the world, they have the under 2.5 receptions heavily juiced, right? Minus 175 on the under 2.5. So we're able to get under 3 at minus 122. So that's ridiculous, right? Because we're getting a full half of a reception. If Gallup has 3 receptions, we're losing on Pinnacle, we're losing on Bet365, and we're getting better odds, right? We would be pushing if Gallup had exactly 3 receptions on Underdog Fantasy, and our 3-pick entry will become a 2-pick entry, or 5-pick becomes a 4-pick. So essentially, this is ridiculous value, right? Pinnacle has the under heavily juiced, and we're just, this is how the pros do it. This is how the sharps do it. We're using real-time data, treating every sportsbook as an independent data point of where the line should be, and squeaking out value, right? Like, this is just rational, intuitive sports betting, right? Even if you don't understand the math, it's like if the sharpest sportsbook is laying the under 2.5 receptions at minus 130 or at minus 175, you can get under 3 on Underdog Fantasy at minus 122. That's ridiculous. We're getting a half a reception better and we're getting, 53 cents of improvement from the sharpest bookmaker. So that's an absolute hammer on Underdog Fantasy. Michael Gallup, under 3 receptions. Next play I like is on PrizePicks. So in a 4-pick power play, a 5-pick flex, yes run first inning, Orioles game, you can see all the sports books pricing this minus 130 or higher. In a 5-pick flex, the math is a little complicated, so don't read way too hard into this number. Power plays, the math is a lot more straightforward than flex plays, because flex plays, it depends on how good each of your bets is to determine the odds. So if that's confusing, just stick with Underdog Fantasy, 3-pick, 5-pick, much easier to make money off of. So next play I had on Underdog, Noah Brown, under 3.5 receptions. Again, making money sports betting. The dudes who make money, they're not the ones watching highlight reels of Zeke scoring touchdowns, as shocking as it is. They're the people who understand the markets, understand the math, and follow the data, right? And here you can see every sports book, right? These sports books take millions of dollars of bets on Monday Night Football. They have extremely sophisticated pricing models. You're not smarter than them. You're not going to beat them, right? The only way you're going to beat the sports books is by squeaking out value, right? So here you can see every bookmaker is pricing Noah Brown under 3.5 receptions, minus 140 to minus 174 on Pinnacle, the sharpest sports book, right? We're getting this minus 122 in a 3-pick entry. So I went with it. This is a positive EV bet. Again, positive EV betting, like obviously OddsJam has a lot of data, millions of odds updating in real time. So all positive EV betting is kind of like scanning the market. This tool just scans millions of odds and just tries to show you, hey, here are the 4 or 5 bets on PrizePicks, Underdog Fantasy that are actually profitable, that actually have a mathematical edge. There's only 4 baseball games today, 1 football game, so less opportunity probably available, but you can see it's like, yeah, we have a few picks available. 1 on PrizePicks right now. We had 1 on the middle tool, Michael Gallup. We only need 3 sharp picks on Underdog Fantasy, and now we have Noah Brown under 3.5 receptions, right? When the sharpest sportsbook is pricing something at minus 174, you're getting it minus 122. Yeah, pretty good sign that it's good value, and this is a play you want to go with. When sportsbooks have the under heavily juiced, it's because the under is a lot more likely to hit. And you can quantify that mathematically, but this is just like intuitive sports betting. You're looking for bets that are on sale. The sports betting market is very efficient. There's millions of dollars bet on player props tonight. So you should follow the odds, follow the line movements, and look for these soft spots on Underdog Fantasy. Just the same way people who do this full-time for a living make money betting on sports. Last one I have is a baseball play. Cabrera to get a hit. You can see on the sports books it's priced minus 145 to minus 170. We're getting it minus 122. Another sharp bet that we have on, 3 picks to win 1.5K. Noah Brown under 3.5 receptions. Oswaldo Cabrera to record a hit. And then we have Michael Gallup under 3 receptions. Monday Night Football, 2 plays, 1 play baseball. Let's make money.